trash, 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 trash. Hello and welcome back to Speed Freak Garage, home of power sports on YouTube. So just a little heads up for you guys, this will be the last video for about 1 full week. My current editing computer is from 2012, so it's dying, aggressively dying, blue screening every day. So I'm building a new computer this weekend. It could take a while to transfer my files and go find all my license keys for all my programs and software. So I'm gonna be down for a few days, so please don't go away. I'll be back. Obviously, I got a lot of work left to do on this monster, so yeah. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hate to sound like a douchebag, but ring that bell. God, that sounds so lame. Please subscribe. Wah, I need subscribers. Oh, please give me money on Patreon. Please give me free money for things that, you know, don't get me started. If you like the videos, watch them. If you don't like the videos, then get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, quit begging for money. Ooh. Anyway, let's get started. Okay, so for now, I'm going to give up on this fuel line. It's just making me pissed off. I'm going to give up on the radiator. It's pissing me off. The starter, I can't do. I got my bolts. I can't do it because there's other stuff. Don't have manifolds, whatever. Okay, so something that should be nice and simple is our transaxle cross member. So this one's been powder coated solely for the purpose of preventing rust because it had a little bit of rust on it. You know, I just noticed that this isn't symmetrical. But luckily we have a resource called Clark's Garage. My guess is this is the exhaust side because it's got holes for an exhaust hanger possibly. So we've got the Clark's Garage website as a resource, and we also have our old bolts. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I already did a lot of work off camera with just matching these bolts on McMaster. Probably shouldn't get this rusty shit all over my coil packs. So we are going to direct replace these bolts with way nicer, higher grade, brand new bolts. So they're 10-9, they're super high industrial grade bolts. So now this washer, I couldn't really find the washer anywhere that was the right dimension, so yeah, trash. I love that. I haven't done that in a long time. If you guys have been following along, you probably remember all the trash days. Like, those were the good days when it was easy. Trash. Let's see. So I only needed 2 of those. I'm gonna have a lot of leftovers. I'm gonna probably move that. And then I need somewhere quick to stick the leftovers until I'm here. Leftovers, okay. Now these, it's good for your teeth. These I believe are for, I don't remember. For this? I only needed 1 of these? So again, the washers I'm not really too clear on. So trash. Okay, then I need these. Two of these. A lot of leftover bolts. I'm gonna need Whoops, I'm gonna need a better parts rack after all this. Ooh, I bet that is for, well, I don't know what that's for, probably. Yeah, some of this stuff I wasn't able to replace. I'm gonna have to be careful. So these are these, and there's a very small difference, but I don't think it's enough to matter. So, well, no. Trash. And then we need the nuts. And I got all Nylox, since this is a transmission that will be hard mounted, meaning it will be fucking shaking all the time. Talking like violent shaking. So we need, and I can use these on other parts of the car too as we go along now that I have them. Because they're all, you know, similar size. So, oh no, did I order the wrong fucking size? Motherfucker. Oh no, wait. One of these sizes I had already... Did I? Fuck. Either I ordered the wrong fucking size, or I ordered something I didn't need. Or they sent me the wrong size, but it's not even worth trying to deal with the return. Oh boy. Oh, that's for these. I don't even know what these are for. They're not even in my pile of shit to replace. M6 by 70. M6 by 70. M6 by 70. What the fuck is an M6 by 70 for? Uh-oh. Did I order power steering bolts twice? No, it's a completely different bolt. I have M6 by 70s and I don't know why. Well, I feel intelligent. Okay. So now I know what the nuts are for, I just don't know where the... Okay. Where are those? It said I had already ordered that size. Ah, right here. Cool. See, parts bins. I'm gonna need a lot more of them. So, all right. Okay, so we don't want to mess up the nylock. Okay. Trash. All right, now we can replace these big boys. Oh shit. That's a totally different size. That would be this size. Think for this one. Yep. Trash. Okay, then this one's got to be replaced. I don't know why only one of them needs one, but we'll see. This is a high temperature one. I mean, not that that matters. Trash. Whoops. I need the washers. Pretty good amount of corrosion. You can tell these are specialty bolts. Beautiful. Trash. Just leave that shit there for now. Probably never even remember it's there. I'll lose my mind a couple of weeks from now trying to figure out where they went. Man, that storm out there is getting bad. Okay, so I don't remember why I ordered those other ones. This, I don't even know what the hell this is. Oh, this is the locker for the shift shaft. I better not lose that or I'm really gonna regret it. Eek. Okay, real quick, just bear with me. God damn, that storm does not sound good. Like I said, the last thing I want is rust inside my coil packs. Fuck that storm. Fuck, I'm sick of that weather. Okay, so Lindsay Racing, which is the only people that really sells one of these, couldn't be bothered to fucking include even the most basic instructions or part diagram. So thanks, assholes, because I think I paid well over $200 for this one little piece, and there's not even a piece of paper in here that says this bolt goes here and this bolt goes here and use this torque spec. So thanks. Fuck you guys. I mean, seriously. The amount of money I pay, you could at least have a goddamn torque spec listed somewhere. If I ran a company, you can guarantee there'd be step-by-step picture instructions. Well, I do run a company, I just don't sell anything. Hell, most of the shit that I've designed is open source on my website for anyone to download, let alone trying to charge $200 or $300 for some... I could go on all day. I mean, it's just sickening. Okay, so I have to guess which fucking bolt is for which function. Thanks. Or not. I lied. There's 4 hex heads and 2 Allen heads, so that answers that question. And then there's... Ooh. Interesting. Those are ovular locking. Okay. So, I'm still gonna have to look up the torque spec, and I don't even know which way this is supposed to go. Fuck you guys. Or, you know, how hard would it have been to draw a little arrow? Rear, front. Fuck. Okay. The first step is to figure out where the fuck this goes in the car, just so I can figure out the next step and the next. God, I love that lift. I'd never finish this project without it. Okay, so this very, very important piece goes, I'm gonna say, I think the exhaust hangers came off this side like this. So I'm gonna say it goes up here like this. Man, there's barely any room for it. Or do I have that wrong? Does it go the other way? Because it's interfering. Let's try the other way. Again, some basic fucking instructions would have been, I'll look in Clark's Garage. At least they were nice enough to put out some free instructions and shit. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm gonna have to pause the video and look it up. Real nice. Okay. This I'm just gonna lay like that. I'll be right back. Okay, so Clark's Garage had all the torque specs I needed, and they're 34 to 60 foot-pounds. This thing pretty much guarantees you 60 foot-pounds, as we found out when we were doing the lower subframe on safety mode. It's about 60 foot-pounds, so I'm gonna go with that. I mean, they're big bolts. It's not gonna hurt them, right? Just don't wanna break anything in the car. Now, as far as finding out how all this goes together, Clark's Garage had the biggest clue, which is it said mount the cross member and install the fuel filter. So the only place on here you can install a fuel filter are these 2 bolts. So we know this side goes on the passenger side of the car. Now I had to go dig around Google Images until I found a picture of one of these assembled. So, you know, obviously I can make sure I'm doing it right, since they couldn't be bothered to provide the most basic diagram. So these go here, and then there's 4 more washers on the bottom. Then 2 washers go around here and go in here. And you guys might not recognize this because it's painted powder coated black now, but the picture online showed this in this specific orientation like this. So I know for a fact that this has to face the other direction for it to fit into the transmission, the transaxle, correctly. So I'm gonna get my little bolts out here that I was using to protect it from powder coat, which may not sound like a big deal, but my God, powder coat really likes to foul up threads. Obviously using like minimal trigger pressure so I don't break my hand. Okay. And the only reason why I did this again is just, I mean, it's aluminum, so it's not a big deal. Trash. But it's for corrosion, you know, like, I mean, we're off-roading here. We're not pussying around at the grocery store. So this, and I couldn't find any torque specs for this, because under normal transaxle service, you would never disassemble this, which again is just infuriating that, you know, for what, 200 something plus dollars, they couldn't be bothered to include 1 piece of paper. Oh, God forbid I pay 10 cents per customer to tell them, you know, critical information. I'm pissed. That just makes me mad. It's lazy, disrespectful to your customers. So now with this, we're gonna carefully, well, shit, I probably should use Loctite. I'm gonna get some Loctite before I really fuck things up. And this is aluminum, so we really have to be super careful with it. Okay, let's try this again with Loctite. Shake it up since it's kind of old. I don't know if this shit expires. Does anybody know if Loctite expires? A lot of Loctite. Don't judge me. I don't want this falling apart in the middle of a race and costing me my life. Okay. Because I should never have to take this assembly apart again. I mean, it's a solid mount, you know. It'll be one big solid piece of aluminum when we're done with it. So obviously you want to thread it in by hand first to make sure there's nothing wrong with the threads, and then you can get a little torque on it. But it's aluminum, so we're going to be careful with it. We're on safety mode. Okay, how many Ooga Doogas? 3? Ooh. Okay. Check it one time. That's about 60 foot-pounds based on my experience with this tool, so that's a lot. Now, the other thing that was confusing was, oh, you know what? Were these spacers? No, because it's all corroded, showing that the bolt head was... Oh boy. I don't think those would be spacers. That wouldn't make sense, right? With a big slot there? Well, okay, the question I have is, if this is basically touching the gas tank, then how the hell... Those are some long-ass fucking bolts. Okay, let's try this a different way. Let's, let's do it like that. That makes sense to me, right? Does it, I mean, am I wrong, or you know what I mean? Right? Yeah, I feel like that would touch the gas tank. Also, this car's not high enough to be comfortable. Okay. Alright, so we determined that these holes are for the fuel filter, which might actually help me with my fuel setup. Okay, good. They don't touch the gas tank. Good, good, good. Good news. Okay. I need to get those axles out and replaced before I actually replace the I could just get them out so they're out of the way, right? But then the transaxle will be in the way of putting them back in. Eek, that's a tough one. Okay, so now we're gonna flip this somehow. Okay, and so this might be a little complicated. What we have to do is determine how this goes in. So it can either go in like this or like this. So based on my experience from the way the transaxle mounts, and I might be wrong and have to redo it, but it's gonna be like this, because the transaxle's over here. So I need to clean this up a little bit, but basically the transaxle mounts like this. So it has to be under the car like this, right? That's not much clearance. This thing, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with this. I wish it was easier to pull this assembly apart and remove the oil pump gear and just block it off, but I feel like I would melt the transmission with all the extra transaxle. I would melt the transaxle with all the extra torque. Horsepower, not a big deal, but torque, well, they're the same, whatever. Don't judge me. Okay, so anyway, this needs to be like this. So the correct way to install, sorry for the noise, is like that. Okay. And then we're gonna run these oblong nuts down and hope that they don't. Oh yeah, I can already tell they're gonna be a big pain in the dick. But they're designed that you don't have to use Loctite, number one. And number two, they're never, ever, 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 ever supposed to come off. I mean, and if you do need to take them off, you're basically fucked, is the way they're designed. Of course, they're 13s. I shouldn't even have guessed. Okay. And then I'm assuming the other side's also a 13 because Porsche used a closed end. I don't see a reason not to get full 60 whatever foot-pounds of torque on this. So, I think the first challenge is just going to be getting them screwed down. What a pain in the dick. Okay, we're gonna go to full power. Man, what a difference. Fuck, that's loud. Okay, before I tighten that one, I mean, you can tell that these are never gonna come off. Like, no way. Fuck you. Man, what a pain in the dick. Okay. So we're gonna go back to safety mode. Thought I went into safety mode. Why isn't it shutting off? Probably doing the full 120. Well, no, because it's in safety, so. I can't get to that one. Ow! Oh, that's hot as fuck. So this is gonna reduce my torque quite substantially. It's giving me a headache. Okay, there we go. Now I can install it in the vehicle. Hopefully, direct drive install for so it's these two, obviously. And then right. I need 17. This is 17. Okay. So, of course, we're going to start them by hand. We're not going to be dumb about it. Right? So, this is more of a two-person job, but whatever. So, try not to drop it on my head or whatever. It's kind of sad I have to reuse those janky washers, but oh wait, should I Loctite this? Should probably Loctite this. Oh, now it doesn't want to come back out. Okay. It's actually a really high place for the fuel filter. I'm assuming that's the post filter because the pre-filter would not even work if it was that. Well, I guess as long as the pump is down low, can the... No, that's not how it works. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. What the hell did I come over here? Oh. Okay. Whew. So we're gonna Loctite the shit out of you and Loctite the shit out of you. You know, when I originally first started using Loctite, I was under the incorrect impression that it'll set after a certain period of time, when in reality, what truly sets the Loctite is the heat and the pressure from tightening the bolt. So although the Loctite will crust up and probably become expired, if you want to say it that way, for being exposed to the air, it's more about the pressure from the job. That's why Loctite only works once. You can't unscrew a bolt and expect the Loctite to do its job a second time. It just doesn't work like that. And this should also help lubricate the threads, since they're old, nasty, crusty threads, right? So, okay. So we'll just hand tighten it, since it's got slots for alignment errors. Okay, loosen it off. Quarter turn. It's really funny. Old frame, new cross member, old washer, new bolt. Just a little bit of engineering humor. So it's actually pretty stable. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten her down. And since it's a big ass fucking M10 bolt, I'm not really worried about over torquing it, especially because I can, you know, anyway. Okay. Perfect. Fucking perfect. Look at that. I need to take some fucking pictures of that. And that is all for tonight. And I know. There's so much work to do, but my computer is blue screening, and if you guys know what that means, you know it's very bad. And trust me, I tried to fix it. I know how the hell to work on a computer, and I can't. Something's really wrong with it, like well beyond the expertise of, you know, even me, even though I've been working on computers for God knows how long now, so 2004 or earlier. So, I'm old. In case you didn't know, I'm old. I think it's time to change this battery out. It seemed a little janky. Yeah, she needed a charge. Might as well swap this one. The hell? Yep, okay. That's all I can handle for today. I need to get started on working on the computer. So, let's see if I can even get a good... Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.
Try not to hold me down, feel alive.